Hello and welcome to your hybrid section of general biology. In this video, I'm just going to go over how to navigate through the course and how to get started with the course. So this is your course landing page. When you click on Blackboard and enter into my course, this is what you're going to see. The announcements will pop up below here, but you can always access the announcements as well by clicking on this Announcements tab. Under the syllabus, you're going to find the syllabus, instructor drops and census reporting policy, and how to communicate with me. Under the Textbook Information tab, there's information on how to order the textbook. So you need the OpenStax Biology textbook, the Biology Lab Manual, and Splash Goggles. The good thing about this class is because it's hybrid, you can use this free textbook, and the lab manual is free. It's a free download that you download and print out and bring to class with you. So the lab manual is right here. You click on this, download it, and print it. The only thing you really have to order or purchase would be the splash goggles. And the splash goggles can be any type of goggles that you buy from any location. So there's nothing really specific. They just have to prevent chemicals from splashing into the eyes during the lab experiments. The OpenStax textbook can be accessed as we go through the modules, and I'll explain how to access that textbook as we get started here. But again, you need this free textbook, which there's links to it in the learning modules. You need this free biology lab manual. The only thing you have to pay for is to print it out. You want to print that out, put it in a binder, and bring it with you to class every time that we meet in person. And then those splash goggles you also have to bring with you. About your instructor. There's me, I'm Dr. Dutton, and if you want to learn a little bit more about me personally, professionally, education-wise, you can go ahead and take a look at that instructor information. Now we're going to get into the learning modules, which is where the bulk of your course content is going to be located. You'll see some directions. Assignments are going to be in red, and they're also going to say the word graded on them. So you want to look for that word graded, and that's how you know that it's something you have to complete. There's also a folder of supplemental items, and supplemental items are additional items that you don't have to complete. You don't have to do anything with them. They're just there to give you some additional information. Instead of scouring YouTube for different videos, you can just come here and see if your video is, or your video topic is in this folder. In the pre-work module, you'll find some assignments that should be completed before the first official day of class. There's directions here that say watch the welcome video, so this welcome video will be posted right underneath it, and you should watch it. Then you have to read through the lab safety training, and you'll complete the graded quiz that goes with it. Since this is an in-person lab, you definitely have to complete this. This is very important that this is done before you come to the first day of class. So you're going to review the lab safety materials, and then you want to take the corresponding quiz. Then you want to attend the mandatory orientation meeting. That's basically just the first day of class. So as long as you're in the first day of class, then you're good attendance-wise. And then there's just some additional videos on time management. This course is divided into 7 modules, and then there's a final exam. Each module has 2 parts. So you'll see that there's an introduction and a to-do list. And then you'll see that there's a study guide that covers the entire module. You'll see the lectures, textbook chapter 1, the graded questions, textbook chapters 2 and 3, the graded questions, and then the Quizlets to help you practice. And then there's 1 test for the entire module. If this is a standard 14-week course, it takes 2 weeks to get through 1 module. So we'll do the first part of the module in the first week and the second part of the module in the second week. If this is a condensed 7-week course, then it's only 1 week per module. So we'll be going through pretty quickly to get through this module. What you have to do is review all of the lecture content on your own. So you're going to go click on this folder and go through all of that lecture content. And you also want to complete the chapter questions on your own. When you come to class, what we're going to be doing is the labs. So the first week we're going to be doing labs 1, and the second week we're going to be doing labs 2 through 3, and then each week it'll be a different number of labs as we get oriented to the course and start to navigate through the actual course. So again, In the hybrid section, hybrid means that your lectures are presented online, so you review those on your own time at your own pace, and then you only have to come to campus for the lab component. And you want to make sure when you do come to campus, you have your lab manual with you and your safety goggles so that we can complete the labs in person. And then you'll go home and take the tests, and the tests are done online at your own pace. When we get to the final exam folder, you'll see that this course requires Respondus Lockdown Browser for your final exam. There is a practice run for using Respondus Monitor in the Module 6 test, but for Respondus, you do have to download a separate browser, and there's instructions for what it is and how to download it all found in this folder, and there's the link for downloading it. And then when you go to take your test, you're going to access the link through this Respondus Lockdown Browser. Respondus is going to lock you out of additional websites, so you're going to have to just review the website in front of you and look at that website. You can't navigate to other websites when you're in the lockdown browser. Also, the point of it is to check your identity. It's to confirm that the person who enrolled in this course is the person that's taking the final exam for this course. Since all of your exams are online and you take them at your own time, sometimes in the past, students have taken advantage of that and allowed other people to help them with the test. But the purpose of this is to ensure that the person who enrolled is the person who's actually taking the test. When you take this test, it's going to ask you to have a webcam, and you need to take a picture of yourself, a picture of your ID to verify your identity, and then the webcam is going to have to be on you the entire time that you take the test. All I'm looking for is that it's just you taking the test. If you have additional materials or anything around you, I'm not going to care about notes or anything, but I need to ensure that it's you taking that final exam. So you want to stay in camera view at all times. You also don't want to have other people in the room with you or be talking to other people or discussing any of the test questions or answers with other people while you're taking the test. The virtual meeting room is how we're going to meet virtually. Since this is an in-person class, most of what we do will be handled in person. So if you have a question, you can always just wait and bring it to class with you or email me. But if you do want to meet with me, we can schedule a meeting to meet. You click on this virtual meeting room tab, and there's the Zoom link right there. Additionally, I have office hours Mondays 4 to 5 and Wednesdays 5:45 to 7:15 p.m. This is for spring 2022, so depending on when your course section is, these are going to be different. So you want to actually go in here and look at your specific course section to see what your what my office hours are at that time. But this is just an example of what my office hours would look like. And if you want to pop in during my office hours, you would just do that by Zoom. Otherwise, we can talk in class or schedule a meeting to discuss things as well. Email is how you email people in the class, and that includes me and all of your classmates. So if you want to reach out to your classmates, you can definitely email them and talk to them. You can email me through here, and that's actually my preferred method for you to contact me. If you contact me through my email or through this email, it automatically ties with the section number. So for example, this section number is 806-114-3RHA. Every course has a different section number, so you want to ensure that you reference your course section number. But if you email through here, this is automatically tied to it, so I know exactly what course you're in, exactly what section you're talking about, and I can get back to you a lot faster. If you email me through your student email account, please include this section number that you can find at the top here so that I can get back to you a lot faster. Again, the one you're looking for starts with 806. It's not this number down here. That number is Blackboard's tracking number for this course shell. So you want to make sure it's an 806 number for this course. Discussion board is optional. I don't put any assignments in there, so if you want to use it or want to talk to each other in the discussion board, you can. I do not monitor the discussion board, so if there's something in there that you want me to see, please let me know. The My Grades tab gives you your current grade in the course. You want to look at your current grade, and it's a weighted percentage, and I do have a video in the Student Resources tab that talks about weighted grades and explains how a weighted percentage works and what grade you would have to get in order to pass certain tests. So it helps you like make calculations if you want to know like what do I need on the final in order to pass and so forth. My grades are updated every Monday. So usually your assignments are due on Sundays. So then Mondays I go in and update grades in the grade book. So you can expect to find current grades on Mondays. You want to make sure that if you do take a look at the grade book and it's early in the day on Monday or maybe even Sunday, the grades might not be accurate until late Monday night. The Student Resources tab gives you additional resources to be successful here at Gateway. Lots of different student services and websites and links to free Microsoft Office and all sorts of stuff, so you can take a look at that. And then lastly, the Diversity and Inclusion tab. This talks about diversity and inclusion in the sciences specifically. There's a lot of websites and organizations that you can review and a lot of information out there that's provided by Wisconsin Technical College System, WTCS, and Gateway Technical College as a whole. So feel free to poke around in there and take a look at it if you're interested in the topic of diversity and inclusion. And then there's some specific sections on how to boost diversity and inclusion in the sciences. So that's basically your course shell. Remember, all of the lecture content is online, so you review that on your own time. You only come to class for your for the actual lab activities, and those we will be performing wet labs out of the lab manuals. So when you do come to class, you want to make sure to have your lab manual and have your splash goggles. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great semester.